Good morning, Infinity. Welcome to the Infinity Fellowship. This is Reverend Jeff. We're so excited that you are with us today on this third Sunday. This is If Teaches Sunday. This is when we have an opportunity to talk to each other. Later on, we've got a downloaded message. The birds don't beg. What does that mean? Stick around and you will see. This is a wonderful day, the 17th day of May in 2026. We are in the year of momentum. We are moving forward. Get ready, because here we come. Whatever you're doing today, whatever you have planned, I am most excited that you decided to start your day with the Infinity Fellowship. It's a wonderful way for you to boost your spiritual practice. It's a wonderful way for you to celebrate energy, for you to celebrate family, for you to celebrate divine purpose. So however you are, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, I want to say thank you for showing up today, because you're not just showing up for me. You're not just showing up for all the Infinite Life streamers who are helping facilitate this spiritual Sunday service, but you're showing up for yourself. You're saying to the universe, I am ready for continued transformation. I am ready for continued growth. I am ready for continued change. We're the home for people who are spiritual, not necessarily religious, and desire community. So that's what community is here. So we invite you right now. Go ahead and call your people. You know the folks who you sit and talk with and you say, I wish I had a place, I had community. I wish people understood expansive thinking, beautiful spiritual practices that grow me in life. Call them right now. We got a few announcement slides to share with you. Then we'll be kicking off with meditation, affirmative prayer, the pouring of libations to the ancestors, all facilitated by a diverse and wonderful group of people. Thank you for joining us at Infinity Fellowship. Hit that like button, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, hit the reshare button, tag somebody you know, and let them know the Sunday service is here and we're grateful for it all. We'll see you in a minute. Peace and love and power.
Good morning, Infinity. Surprise, surprise, Tyrell is here. My name is Tyrell Lindsley. I am here with my beautiful family in celebration of a positive energy vibration that my extended Lindsley, Tennessee family has invited us to. And so more on that a little bit later. But for now, I'd like to help you and go with you into this meditative space as we continue our opening of the way here at the Infinity Fellowship. We have three phases that we do with the opening of the way, starting with a beautiful meditation to open our hearts and minds and get us prepared for this beautiful download that's coming, followed by affirmative prayer and libations. We're so thankful for you joining us. And as we lean into this energy, I'd like you to start by just noticing the breath entering and exiting the body as we continue to be aware of all the ways that we are tapped into this beautiful energy, this beautiful life, this beautiful love that surrounds us at all times. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. You can add to this practice the closing of the eyes if you feel moved to. I love closing my eyes because it just takes away some of the energy and distractions that might be coming through. It allows me to just focus on the breath. Breathing in and out. If you're driving or in a position where closing your eyes isn't suitable for you, that's okay. Just recognizing the breath will align you with the energy of meditation. You'll notice your shoulders relaxing a little bit more. Notice your heartbeat slowing a bit as we continue to breathe in and out, recognizing that together we are in alignment. Breathing in that alignment, breathing out that alignment. Noticing that this activates what many yogis describe as the monkey brain. That's a way that the brain just starts to firing and all of these thoughts and memories and songs and ideas start to populate the brain. But we go back into the breath and recognize that all is well. Breathing in the amplification of these thoughts. Breathing out the recognition that we don't have to get lost in this cloud of thoughts. We can just recognize that they're there. So any attempts for the brain to dig deeper into what went wrong this week, or who didn't say what this week, or what kind of tests might be coming up this week, or what kind of sessions of school may be ending this week. All of those things can just exist within the mind. Breathing in the acknowledgement that those things are there. Blowing out the acknowledgement that we don't have to lean in to all of those thoughts right now. We can simply focus on the breath. Just like the wind and the air around us, the breath comes into the body and activates all that we need to flourish, to exist, to live in the overflow. We're so thankful for this gratitude. We're so thankful for this awareness. We recognize that we have this gift of realignment at any time of the day, at any parts of our life. We can simply breathe in and breathe out. And it is at that moment that we can simply say, I'm choosing to be in alignment with the flow of life. I'm choosing to be in alignment with the love of life. I'm choosing to be in alignment with the family of life. We are a family. From the smallest organisms in the sand and soil to the largest mammals on the earth, we are all in alignment together. From the wind to the sun to the sky to the ocean, from the leaves to the grass, to the ancestors, to the children of the womb, we are all in alignment. Deep breath in, deep breath out. As we continue to opening of the way, all hearts are open at this moment. All minds are open at this moment. As we continue to open the way, we thank you for this moment of intentional breathing, also known as meditation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Next phase of our opening of the way, we'll bring on the screen a beautiful energy that we are so thankful to have in this space of infinity as we welcome Reverend Christina Trotter to bring us through an affirmative prayer. Thank you, dear sister. Amen and Ashe.
Divine Mother, Father God, source of all that is good and great in our lives, we come together with grateful hearts. We thank you for gathering us together, the Infinity family, and carrying us through every good moment and every challenging moment of this week. We stand here today because of your grace. We honor and give thanks for the ancestors. Oh, thank you, Spirit, who walk with us, guide us, protect us, and illuminate our paths. We are grateful, Orobo Sikandareshe, for their wisdom, their love, and their unwavering presence. Mother, Father God, touch those among us who face big decisions. Grant them
So it
wisdom.
is, Reverend
Thank you,
Sister
God.
Christina,
And
who you know has this powerful, powerful spiritual vibe of energy. We've got an audio connection that we need to make, and we're going to make that connection. This is live at Infinity Fellowship. We don't pre-tape, we don't prefabricate, we don't do all of that. We live in the moment. So as Sister Christina comes out of that, I'm almost scared of the prayer that she's going to give us when that doggone audio connects, because it's going to be even more powerful. She's already opened in the portal. And that's the energy that we're sending to her as we are sending the communication for her to make sure that we're in alignment. And the spirit just continues to move. The ancestors today are saying, hey, we want you to hear us. The opening the way is all of these things. So as we open the way today and prepare for our affirmative prayer, we pour our libations today. As we pour this water out into the earth, the water represents the living, the earth represents that which we turn into in these physical earth suits, and we can no longer be held in our bodies. So as we are pouring our libations, we pour in silent gratitude for our ancestors, for everyone that has gone before, for the shoulders that we stand upon. I invite you to go ahead and get the early jump and put a name of someone you want to recognize and remember into the chat so that we can make sure that we acknowledge them and their presence here. We are never by ourselves. We are never alone. We are always moving. We are always connected, and they are always protected as such. As we pour today, we pour with this water and say, cool water, freshen our spirits. Ashe. Freshen and consecrate this space for spiritual work today. Ashe. Freshen our collective ancestors all together. Ashe. We give praise to Almighty Mother, Father God, Divine Source, and all creation. Ashe. Grant to us peace and prosperity in all of our works. Ashe. We pour to the cardinal directions of the north, the recognition that we get to be a yes today through whatever obstacles we may be appearing to have in our lives. They are only obstacles because we perceive them to be. When we change that, though, and we show up with a spirit of yes, how can we do it? Things always align. That's the yes spirit. That's the direction of the north. Ashe. Traveling around the sacred directions of the medicine wheel, we move to the east, the recognition that today is a brand new day. We got a new opportunity to do it all again. So whatever happened yesterday is gone. All you got is right now. So stand in today as something special and unique, a gift. Ashe. To the energy of the South, the energy of recognition of who we are, whose we are, that is a powerful direction that we emerge from as the sun travels on its trajectory from east to west in the southern skies. May you continue to travel on your trajectory toward the land of divine purpose. Ashe. To the energy of the West, knowing that even as the sun goes down on the western horizon, we still have the moon and the stars to give us light. So may your darkness always be impacted by seeking the light that appears, making sure that there is no more darkness when light is there. Ashe. To the cardinal direction of the ground below us, the sixth direction, the fifth direction, that is the direction of being grounded. When we come together in ritual, family, when we come together in divine purpose, we create rituals that ground us, that are there for the times of life from the womb to the tomb. This is so that we can have deep roots. Part of Infinity Fellowship is making sure that we have intergenerational and multi-generational deep roots. So what a blessing it is to have some place beyond the virtual world where we can all connect and call home. May we be grounded so that when the storm blows us, we can bend, but it is always better to bend than it is to break. Ashe. From that ground below us, we travel to the sky above us, that open landscape of possibility where those of us who are creatives, hint, that's all of us, get to be little c co-creators with the universe. And that provides us with an opportunity to see a blank landscape and from the no thing, bring something, anything into reality. Ashe. Those six directions give way and open the portal for the seventh direction. The seventh direction is the Grand Central Station. It is the heart. It is our heart center. It is Ma'at in the Kemetic tradition. It is Anahata in the yogic tradition. It is that space where we know that we live a life that makes it so that our heart will be in balance with the feather. May your heart always be in balance with the feather. Ashe. In this moment, we open the portal for you either by typing or just by speaking aloud to name those ancestors you want to recognize and bring into this space as we pour these next few pours of water. And so it is. And finally, we speak in recognition for the children in the world, those in the womb, and those yet unborn. And we say together around the world, Ashe, 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 oh, it is done. We're going to tap back in because I think we have our audio issue fixed. I don't want to pass up an opportunity to say the beautiful things and for me to say hello in this wonderful sacred moment to Reverend Sister Christina Trotter. Are you there, Sister Christina?
Lord. Blessings, blessings, blessings.
You can hear us on live. You're there. You hear Reverend
Yes,
Sister Christina? Do we hear you?
yes, yes, yes. Divine Mother, Father, God, source of all that
We
is
can hear
good
you
and great
online. Sister, you go ahead and take over. We got you.
in our lives. We come together with grateful hearts. We thank you for gathering us with the Infinity family and for carrying us through every good moment and every challenging moment of this week. We stand here today because of your grace. We honor and give thanks for the ancestors who walk with us, who guide us, who protect us, and illuminate our paths. We are grateful for their wisdom, their love, and their unwavering presence. Mother, Father, God, touch those among us. Hey, thank you, Spirit, who face big decisions. Grant them wisdom. Thank you, Spirit. Clarity and perfect answers aligned with your will. For those who need healing, let the balm of Gilead, hey, restore their bodies, mind, and spirits. We give thanks for our wise and knowledgeable spiritual leader, Rev Jeff, who always leads by spirit, always willing to impart what we need in this season. May grace Sandorobo Sikende Iche, always be upon his life spirit. We are grateful that this year carries the spirit of momentum, and we prepare our hearts because you come with clear insight, hey, direction, and divine acceleration. Oh, but you know what? We are going to sing the song of the saints and the mothers. They would sing, yes, Lord, yes, to your will and to your way. We say, yes, Lord, yes. We will trust and obey. When the Spirit speaks to us, and our answer will be yes, Lord, yes. Oh, thank you, Spirit, for today. Amen and ashe. And so it is, and it cannot be otherwise. Oh, we just bless each and every person here today. Oh, we thank you, Spirit. We thank you.
Good morning, Infinity, and welcome into the Infinity Experience. Please pause for a moment here, take a deep breath, and come to understand two things. We don't tell you what to call or how to define the God of your own personal acceptance and understanding. That is an intensely personal and beautiful relationship. Here in Infinity, we affirm your unique connection. Whatever you call that source energy, you'll hear us say God interchangeably with the universe, the God of your acceptance and understanding, divine source. What you see when you look in the mirror is proof that it was showing off when you were created after the same image and likeness. It is time to speak aloud the core agreements that bring us together at infinity. We call that we call that infinitude. Infinity is defined in the dictionary as infinity with an attitude. And oh, I'm sorry. We call that infinitude. Infinitude is defined in the dictionary, excuse me, as the state or quality of being infinite and having no limit. We have a unique faith, unique mix of faith backgrounds and infinity. But what centers us is the spirituality we all share in common. For us, infinitude is defined as infinity with an attitude, and that attitude is gratitude. And the snap you just heard is the spiritual practice that gives us life and meaning. The S is for spirituality that transcends religion and connects you to the God of your own understanding. The N is for nurturing of ourselves and others, mind, body, and spirit. The A is for action because we take action in our calling and walk in our divine purpose every day. Finally, the P is for the proof that our spiritual practices manifest fruit in our lives through the building and maintaining of healthy and prosperous relationships, careers, and dreams. We are grateful you are here with us as unique manifestations of our Creator, the loving, the living spirit of our commonality, the divine source of all creation, perceived by many names, yet known by only one energy. I invite you to read along with us here on our infinite stream as spirit moves you. We agree that we're beings of pure eternal spirit, birthed from the creative potential of the universe, with all powers of the Creator inherent within us. We embrace the innate goodness of humankind and abundant creation that provides for us through the seeds that we plant in our everyday lives. We acknowledge that who we are is housed in a temporary biological organism, and as such, it is our responsibility to take care of it because it will only last for a precious window of time. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all, regardless of religious faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at infinity. We agree and accept that various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversations that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is the application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist now and ever as a beloved community. Let it be so. according to the many ancient terms of affirmation. Amen, Amen, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe.
Good morning, Infinity. Thank you to all of our Infinite Life Stream team for everything that we're doing today. Y'all know we are exploring and expanding our technology. And so when we do that, it is a journey. It is a wondrous learning journey, and we're just on for the ride. You ever just take a journey and the road was closed and some people just turn around and go home? Those are the people who never reach the destination. What you do is you say, hey, listen, I'm heading in the right direction. Note if I turn off this road and take the sideway, as long as I keep going east, I'm eventually going to get there, as long as I follow the sun. So as we engage in that kind of energy today, we give thanks to our team, to everyone that is contributing here, and to you for hanging in there, letting us know what's going on with the stream. We're just fixing in real time, and we're loving it because that's what community does. You never pitch away the good for the sake of lack of perfection. So we're going to do that. That's what it is. It's about perfecting and learning. So thank you for everyone for taking us on this journey today, for being with us on this journey. And to our first-time visitors, I want to particularly welcome you today to the Infinity Fellowship. Inhale and exhale. I'm going to give you a slide, and that slide gives you a bit of an understanding of what Infinity Fellowship is. You'll see a QR code there at the top of that slide, and that is how you connect with us. When you feel it, which is right now, you feel it right now, you feel it right now, go ahead and hold the phone up to the screen for that QR code. We've also made it easy for you to click on the link in the chat and fill out a brief visitor's form. This allows us to send you a hello card, a thank you note for showing up at Infinity today. And it also lets us know who you are so that when you come visit us in person on first Sundays in the month, of course, we can give you a gift, something that is powerful and spiritual, something that lets you know that when you leave Infinity, Infinity does not have to leave you, that you are a part of a beautiful community. If you're a first timer, go ahead and say in the chat, I'm a first timer, or first time, or heck, just put a 1 in there. 1 is enough for our Infinite Life streamers to say, hey, welcome. Shower you with hearts, shower you with high fives, shower you with muscle arms, whatever emojis might be there. They are there for you. That QR code is also right here on that screen. So you can touch that yourself. Well, you can't touch it, but you can scan it. So scan it, go ahead and get that in. It also gives you information on joining Infinity. If you're interested, you can check the box, or you don't have to. As long as you're here, we're grateful that you are who you are. And we're grateful that we get to say that at Infinity, we know you already. We know because you are not just a human being who popped up today by random circumstance to have a spiritual experience. It's the other way around. You are a spirit, and you are navigating in these human earth suits the life that we call humanity. And so you're here to navigate this thing, and we're here to make sure that we navigate it well together. And when knowing that, we know the who, what, where, when, and why of who you are. So this is our visitors welcome, and we say it. And those who are present in here for the stream team, they'll say it along with me. So if you hear echoes in the background, it's because we love to say our visitors welcome. Everybody take a deep breath and exhale. And imagine that people around the globe are saying this sincerely to you. I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit You're more than what's on the outside. You're a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me, where I can let you know, if nobody else will, that you're not alone. I'm with you. We're with you around the world. And you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, my friend. You're so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. All right? I know the real you, and I see you shining today. I feel you shining today. I know you're shining today. So welcome to infinity. Welcome home. I say, oh, we want to know one thing that you're grateful for. If you got one great thing that you're grateful for, if you got something that you can celebrate, we like to say good morning to you. Lady Kanitha is here, flowing, beautiful. She's bringing this energy with us today. We're so grateful that she's in the place, in the space. We like to say good morning. And so she's going to bring us that love. She's going to make sure that we're there. Come on.
Good morning to you.
The way you do this is easy.
A good morning to you.
In the chat,
A
say,
good morning
my name is,
to you.
and I'm grateful for it. If you can do that, oh, you're going to see some great things happen. Come on, let's shout you out. We'll put you on the screen. Come on, let's do it.
Hey, good morning to you.
Hey.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone who is online. Good morning. What a wonderful Sunday to be together. You know, y'all, I am just grateful to be here, up and ready for a wonderful day to spend together. So what are you grateful for? Go ahead and type it in, because I know we got some good stuff that we are so grateful for. Is it that you were just able to wake up this morning, huh? Or for all my young people, the fact that you are here, bright-eyed and happy? Hey, a good morning to you. 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 Good morning to you.
Oh, yes. Another great one, Lady Kanitha. Another great one. As you have come into the place today, as you have showed up today in a very powerful way, we invite you to continue to show up in a powerful way. And one of those ways that you do that is through the gift of giving. Those of you who have celebrated something today, you have celebrated something grateful, something that you're grateful for. You have celebrated because when you begin your day, when you begin your moment, when you begin your breath with gratitude, then it changes the frequency vibration of every room that you walk into. Did you realize that? Like, you know that there's some people who we colloquial call names like Eeyore and Negative Nancy. I know somebody just popped in your head right now. Please offer forgiveness to them. Because some people can't help it. They're trapped in a low frequency vibration. You know, the people, everything bad is always happening to them. They always have a victim mentality. There is always something that provides them an opportunity for arguing for their limitations. And we were talking yesterday, the team, and we were talking about Richard Bach's book, Illusions, and when he says you can argue for your limitations, and sure enough, they're yours. There are always people who will never want to rise high on a frequency scale, but we are beings of love, light, power. We are beings of gratitude. And if you don't know, I'm telling you right now, if you're breathing right now, be grateful. If you're walking around right now, be grateful. If you are able to speak clearly, be grateful. If you can hear, be grateful. If you can get to your destination, if you have ways to create income from your creativity, be grateful. That's what this is about. That's what giving is, y'all. Giving is not about saying, hey, we want to have personal enrichment. We want growth for everyone. We want balance. We want reciprocity, the feather of Ma'at, added later in centuries in the tradition in Kemet. Reciprocity. Goes. Universe is, when you start to give and be a giving spirit, then not only does it happen in a balance, but you are given to over and abundantly. The things that you have in your life, your health, your generational wealth, which is not just about leaving mutual funds. It's about creating decent, loving human beings who are walking in their purpose. All of these things are vibrations that come from how we approach giving. So I'm going to invite you in this moment to partner with us in the giving that we practice at Infinity Fellowship. For those who have given or are giving today, what has been placed on their hearts to give, we are so grateful that you partner with this place. We're not just an internet ministry. We're not just funneling things in so that I can sit in a room in the corner and just travel around the world and tell y'all how great you are. We are brick and mortar. So we pay the lights, we pay the technology, we take care of making sure that if anything happens, you can make your way to 641 West Nocturne Drive. When you turn left into this driveway, you feel that everything's going to be all right. That's because of you being a practitioner of giving. And those who have seen the explosive and expansive growth in their life through the practice of tithing, growing, I can testify to. So let's supercharge this offering today. There are 3 ways you can give. You can mail us a check, of course. People love to do that. We love it. We got a lockbox in our mailbox here, 641 West Nocturne Drive. People use Cash App, $ Infinity Fellowship, and PayPal.com. You can even give internationally via PayPal with our email address, infinitynashville@gmail.com. These are the ways that we give. And so as you are preparing your device, as you are getting, mine's right here on the right side. So when you are preparing, some of you give during the week. When payday hits, you automatically just say, hey, take care of the universe first, and we appreciate you. Some of them like to give collectively in moments like this. Whatever it may be, go ahead and prepare. See, if you can't be grateful for breath, you ain't never been out of it. Yesterday, I had a couple of sniffles, got up, man. I was like, man, whoa. Got some steam. I was like, no, I don't like this. Was able to move some stuff through my body, but you don't notice it until it's hard to access. So just be grateful. And as we are breathing together in sync, and as we are focused now in the giving portion, we're going to put up a slide. And this is our offertory affirmation. It's going to remind us that everything is good. And we're going to sing that song as we're giving. But we're also going to make sure that we carry this energy into our sacred moment of action, where we affirm the powerful frequency of giving with our offertory affirmation. I invite you to speak it, to hear it, to feel it all together. O limitless, abundant creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference. And so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken. And so it is. Everything is good.
Ooh, everything, everything. Everything is good. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, hey, hey. Everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Come on, sing with me now. Everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, everything. Hey, yes, it is. I said everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Come on, remind yourself everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, yeah, I got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it good. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yes.
Today's meditation, this grateful energy that we get to understand and unlock and unpack at Infinity Fellowship, all of that is beautiful. And it's wonderful to be able to give, y'all. And there's nothing like being a giving spirit. Have you ever met those people who, when they walk in the room, you just love to see them because they're going to get you a glass of water. They're going to get you some slippers if you need it. They're going, baby, have you had enough to eat? Have you had all of that? And you just love it every time. And then when you're in a light and lightened space, you just go over there and keep going over there and just keep taking. You never forgive. And then you're mad when they're gone because you took advantage of the giving, but you didn't realize that person was being blessed because they're a giver. As we create a community, as we grow, and as each and every one of us grows, what does it look like when we are building a community of givers? Do you know that's just an infinite symbol of give and receive? That's an infinite source of power. It's not a force. It is a power. So I got something that's beautiful. Let me give it back. I got something. I'll give it back. Let's give it back. That is how it builds momentum. So we're building momentum tonight. We're excited. So if you're watching on the replay or if it's after service, we'll bring back that energy. We'll bring back that focus. We'll bring that slide up at the end of service so you can give as well. At that point, whenever you decide to give, again, some people give, they like as soon as they get their check, you see it come in. It's like, hey, it was great. Thank you so much. We're here. So what we're doing now is we're getting ready and getting our minds prepared for a message, for a conversation. We got an awesome opportunity to unpack some things. We want to start with, how do we listen to things? How do we hear things from a meditative space? And when I say that, what does it mean to actually pay attention? And we can say that when I'm paying attention. You know, somebody's like, yeah, I hear you, man. Keep going. Yeah, I got you, man. Hold on a sec. Okay, what were you saying? I want you to get your journals. I want you to get whatever notes you need to take, because we are moving toward having a conversation really quickly about a meditative way of thinking. And to do that, I'm turning to one of the writers in the now defunct but beautiful magazine Parabola, William Seagal, who speaks about peace in the process of meditation. Meditation itself. This is something you can take with you. When you're meditating, you can take with you when you're listening, when you're talking to somebody. This is where this energy comes from. Watching quietly. Anticipating nothing. I am open to what is here now. I look at myself reading these words. I read slowly. I see the way I am sitting. I sense my body, the arising and the movement of thoughts, of feelings, the way my breath comes and goes. I am the witness and the witnessing, passively watching and actively being watched. That's so good. I want an experiment in real time. Let's see if our audio issue was something that can work in alignment with us right now with some atmospheric sound. And that's what we're supposed to do. If not, how about that? Close your eyes and hear these words. Watching quietly. Anticipating nothing. I am open to what is here now. I look at myself reading these words. I read slowly. I see the way I am sitting. I sense my body, the arising and the movement of thoughts, of feelings, the way my breath comes and goes. I am the witness and the witnessing, passively watching and actively being watched. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Slowly blinking those eyes back open. That's a whole meditation in itself, y'all. Whole meditation in itself. Switching over so that I have a little more time, a little more space, a little more energy to talk about what we're going to talk about today. I just want one good verse. As y'all can tell, whatever tried to come at me The devil's a liar. That's what I was saying, church, you know. The devil's a liar. You spent a whole week not getting enough sleep. Come on, brother. Let's be real. But whatever it was moved out. So wisdom would say, don't try to sing. But you know what? One good verse of this energy that I want y'all to come into so we can prep our mind, keep our tradition. Come and go to that land. Come and go to that land. Why don't you come and go, y'all, to that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. I'll come and go to that land. Come and go to that land. Why don't you come and go, y'all, to that land where I'm bound? Oh, there is love in that land, y'all. There is love in that land, y'all. There is love. It's in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. You know that there is love in that land. There is love that's in that land. Y'all know that there is love, and it's in that land where I'm bound. Oh, nothing but peace is in that land. Y'all, there's nothing but peace that's in that land. Y'all, there's nothing but peace, and it's in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Whoa, there's nothing but peace. It's in that land. Y'all, there's nothing but peace. It's in that land. Y'all, there's nothing but peace. It's in that land where I'm bound. Why don't you come and go to that land? Why don't you come and go to that land? Y'all come and go to that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Whoa, come and go to that land. Why don't you come and go to that land? Y'all come and go to that land where I'm bound. Well, where I'm bound. I give thanks in this moment. Divine Source, we speak gratitude right here for these moments that you've given us, for this scripture that you reveal through every observational place that we get to make. For those who are dealing with keeping in alignment with what they're supposed to be, for those who have been unsure, for those who have been picked on, criticized, for those who seem strange and weird and odd and just don't fit, may they hear these words. May they know that that's exactly what you called them to be. That they were called to be unique, that they were called to be special, that they were called to be something different. And thank you for creating a universe where everything is aligned, where we all get to fit together. And through every struggle that we have, we get to learn something deeper, not just about everybody else, but most importantly about ourselves and what we get to respond to and how. Thank you for this love that you have showered us with. Thank you for this infinite life stream that you have gifted us. Thank you for protection. Thank you for guidance. Thank you for peace. We speak and proclaim all of these things as we are empowered to do so as small C co-creators. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. Oh, I love it. Smooch, we got some good cameras. I'm really excited to have a brief conversation with everybody here who is on a stream. So I like this shot. Which camera is this, Smooch? Y'all know I talk real. Which camera is this? This one? I love it. Okay, so give me a slider close up on this one. There. How does it look? Ooh, I like it. Hey. Okay, and just go back and forth as you feel it. I got our tech crew back there. Shout out, Alicia Hamer is on the live stream. Kai Omalara is on the audio. Kamaria and Taylor are on the slides. And Kamaria is on the cameras too. She's working 2 for 1, 3 for 1. Wonderful to be able to communicate in a powerful way these things that are important to y'all. And one of the things that I want to communicate that Spirit gifted me this week is what you write at the topical area of the notes that you're going to take. I put my timer on because we don't have to be long today. We just have to be powerful. So I want you to understand that this is work that we get to do today together. And this work that we get to do today is going to impact us forever, because I'm going to turn you into a bird watcher. If you've never been a bird watcher before, you will probably be a bird watcher today. And I will make you a bird watcher with a specific and certain kind of challenge. Prove it wrong. Make it make sense, as the young people say. You got to make it make sense, because I'm going to tell you one thing that I have done. I've spent a lot of time observing nature. Sure, I've studied scriptures. Sure, the Bible speaks of the birds having everything they need. Sure, the Kemetic scriptures and wall texts and coffin texts and temple texts all have some kind of bird symbolism. Ma'at, the feather is a bird. You know, it's an ostrich feather. That's a big bird. When we talk about the Bennu bird, that is a Kemetic symbol. It means something. It means rebirth. When we come to the Americas, what we call the Americas, we call that the thunderbird. And I do mean the actual bird, not what they used to get at the dormitory on the weekends at Tennessee State University. Yeah, back when the flowers were actually, the wild Irish rose is an actual flower, right? People didn't know that back then. It was all kind of, there's no such thing in real life as a brass monkey, but you know, there are wonderful things named after these principles. But this thunderbird, this concept of renewal, you find a lot in birds. Some people birds are attracted to, they show up for. Redbirds, significantly in indigenous traditions, you see a lot of redbirds. A lot of times those are associated with ancestral forces. That's the ancestors, somebody coming to let you know that everything is going to be okay, that you're still being thought about. And how ironic is that we really are taught to believe fantastical things, but we can't believe that nature itself can remanifest itself in any way it wants to give you whatever guidance you need at any given time. It's all symbolism. It's all metaphor. And so as I sit on my front porch, as I do as often as I can, I'm sitting there and I'm observing the various birds that come into my yard. There's a family of birds that keeps coming back. And I like to fancy that they think about me as I think about them. I love it. I like to think that we are in a give and take, a divine reciprocal relationship. That they come in the morning to sing songs just for me. That they come in the evenings to help clear the path off of sticks just for me. That somehow they would appreciate me throwing out some Honey Nut Cheerios or some muesli for them to get, which they subsequently and consistently absolutely ignore, because I'm trying to get them to do something just for me. Isn't it interesting how we have this magnanimous, megalomaniacal ego as human beings, where we think that the entire universe is supposed to be working for us, is centered on us? That doesn't mean that that's different from the universe is working in my favor, because it is. It's working in your favor. It's also working in the bird's favor. And the birds ain't thinking about you. But the ego in us will say, these bleep, bleep birds, I throw out stuff for them. They don't eat it. I sit out there and try to sing to them. They don't sing back. See, game recognize game. Birds recognize birds. What you're throwing at them may be good for you, but it's not good for the birds. But somehow intrinsically the birds know what is good for them. The birds know, they get up every single morning and they go through their ritual. And I watch this beautiful ritual. I've been able to see where they live. And in the sticker tree that's in my front yard, they like to perch on the branch. They come into the big bush in front of my doorstep. They sit in the sun there. Then they go back to the yard. They go back to the tree. And then they fly off past the mailbox, which tells me I know where the nest is. They're collecting materials for their nest. And then they sing a certain song and they go through the ritual all again. And I have noticed one thing that is the subject that I want to briefly unpack for you today. That when you notice these things, one thing I ain't never seen. Now, I've seen it in other places. Because when those Honey Nut Cheerios and that muesli disappeared, I know it wasn't the birds. Because I've cracked open the window a little bit and looked out just to make sure. My ego told me I don't want these birds to be ungrateful. It was the squirrels. See, squirrels have kind of become domesticated. Yeah, squirrel, they'll go grab some of that. You know, some squirrels, once they figure humans out, and they're like, I ain't got to dig, I ain't got to forage. These people will have these crispy bags of things to give me. They will come out with pre-cracked nuts and throw them out. And then every now and then, they'll let me, all I have to do is let them scratch me so I don't have to touch myself. They figured it out. Go over to Vanderbilt University. They're famous for the squirrels. You go in the middle of the courtyard at Peabody, these squirrels are just sitting there. You walk through and you think a squirrel is supposed to move. The squirrel is like, bruh, keep moving, dude. This is us right here. It's pretty fascinating. The squirrels posted up like, you know, like we on a Slauson. They like, bruh, if you ain't wearing the right skin, you need to keep on moving. Yeah, and because humans have fed them, they swole up too. So you go by those squirrels like this. You're like, no, I don't want none today. I don't want none today. They keep moving. But the birds, one thing that I noticed about them, and this is something I want you to write down to observe later. Birds don't beg. Type that in the chat if you feel it. Birds don't beg. The birds don't beg. They get up in the morning when I'm asleep by the window, they wake me up with their song. I'm going to give you bird behavior because I want you to be like the birds. Birds don't beg because they don't have to beg. Birds trust that the next worm is going to appear. Can you imagine if you lived like that? That if you got up every single morning trusting that all you need was going to manifest and appear, and you weren't fearful of it, you weren't afraid of it, you didn't think about how you can go beg somebody for it. You just knew that when you got up, the next worm was going to appear. Fill in the blank, cross out worm. The next relationship will appear. The next career will appear. The next decision will appear. The next resolution will appear. The next healing will appear. The next whatever I need, it's going to appear. Because we used to sing a song, Lady Kenitha, in the church. I ain't going to move. Woo! Today has been a day of gratitude. But they used to sing, I don't know if y'all ever heard the gospel song, His eye is on the sparrow. And I know God watches me. Because if God is providing worms to little bitty birds, and you are a being that across all religious lines, you have a unified consciousness and awareness that you are made in the divine image and likeness of God, whether that you being formed on the potter's wheel of Khnum in ancient Kemet, life breathed into you, whether Obatala is sent down in a golden chain from heaven to form human beings in the image and likeness of divine wisdom, whether it's God making he, him, she, them after itself, let us make humankind in our image. Every single unitary, unified spiritual construct says you made the image. So you mean to tell me that you're worried about the next thing that's going to appear when the birds aren't? Release the worry. The second thing that I'm going to give you, because the birds know the worm is going to appear. The second thing I'm giving you, though, is birds don't complain about foraging or feeding, food or shelter. They don't complain. You can't sing. You don't hear a song of pain when you hear birds singing. When the bird goes, if you could translate, I guarantee you that bird didn't say, man, that old red bird down the street came in and took my stuff, man. I had my eye on that worm all day. I can't wait to see him. I'm going to peck his heart out. You imagine a bird talking like that? And yet we're made in image and likeness, and we talk like that about each other. That is out of alignment with creation. Birds do not complain about foraging. If the food is there, they know it's going to be there. So they go out and they do it joyfully. They don't complain about feeding because they go out and they get their food. They don't complain about shelter because they build it. Why are we complaining about the opportunity that we get to do all of these? Man, I get to build a house. Man, I get to fix a car. Man, I get to go to talk to my family. Man, I get to repair something. Man, I get to find a new way of living. Man, I get to write something new. Man, I get to create. Man, I got a conflict situation that I get to resolve. Oh my gosh. Be like the birds, because the birds don't beg. The last thing that the birds do, they embrace the tools that are available to them. I'll tell you, man, you don't need to look. You should read, you should study, and you should read a diversity of things. But just like William Siegel gave us that concept of paying attention to every single thing, if you ever feel out of alignment, you can step into nature and see how these wonderful things are aligning for you by watching how every other part of creation is engaging and interacting. Birds have wings. That's a tool. They can fly. Birds have extraordinary eyesight. They can see a big picture. They can see something specific. Birds have claws. Some of them are predators. They know that they can pick them up and deliver them to. Birds know how to build dwellings intrinsically. Birds know how to nurture their young, so they do it. What is preventing us from doing similar things? If you're an adult, even if you're a young person, you are learning the tools. We must teach our people that having the tools, it's not labor. No, sorry, Spirit. It is labor. It's work. My daddies and granddaddies, they had this thing. They never trust a man who's scared of work. Never trust a woman who's scared of work either. It is work. It was work for you to get out of bed this morning. It was work for you to deal with the attitudes you had to deal with from people who you didn't do anything to this week. It was work for you to show up, to cook that food and feed yourself and your family. It was work for you to go to that gym and work and get your work in. It was work. You didn't always feel like it. But once you got done with it, you spoke the words that the universe echoes with you. Well done, thy good and faithful servant. You didn't feel like it, but you showed up. I didn't feel like the van overheating this week. That van had some things going. I didn't feel like it overheating. I didn't feel like it, but I said, you know what? What am I here to learn? And I'm here to learn what I can do and what I cannot do. Let me give you a tip. If you have a crack in a plastic reservoir, don't trust those YouTube videos that say you can weld it with a zip tie. Just don't trust it. Don't trust it. I tell you from experience. And when you realize that you're about to take a $150 job to the auto shop because you're trying to bootleg some stuff, you pause in the work, and when you're saying, what am I learning here? You pause and say, wait a minute, how much is this part itself? Then you call your favorite mechanic who ain't in town, but he said, hey, that's just 3 10-millimeter screws. And you say, I got a 10-millimeter, I got a set in my trunk. and your people come scoop you, take you to the auto parts store. You come back, and in 19 minutes, because you time yourself, because you like to be prideful of some of these things sometimes, and it's okay because it makes the work joyful. 19 minutes later, you got a brand new connected reservoir for $38. Not only did you learn how to do it, not only did I feel that accomplishment, but in the end, I joyfully moved through things instead of throwing my hands in the air, falling on the ground. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? Creating another vibration of worse things. Then I get up off the ground, trip over the daggum sidewalk, hurt my toe, got to go to the doctor, get in, break the handle on the door. A series of unfortunate events. The links is there. That's why when you find yourself moving in a direction that is negative, you got to stop and break the momentum. Somebody in the chat say break the momentum. If the birds are embracing the tools that they have, including using their wings, that's probably why I like to fancy this. This is the spiritual side. I like to think that's why they don't get lazy and eat my Honey Nut Cheerios and muesli, because then they would never learn how to fly stronger and faster. The pursuit of their food, the pursuit of their shelter builds their wings. Their wings build them capacity to fly stronger and higher. So it is the work themselves that help them to manifest the best being they can be. It is the work that you are putting in, brothers and sisters, that is putting you in a position to be the strongest that you've ever been, to fly to higher heights, to build bigger and better. The question is, are we willing to transform the way that we think to operate in love? See, the birds know how to find their food. Do you know how to find your spiritual food? Go back to today's meditation. Just spend time with it. You could do that as a meditation every single day if you wanted to. Just that. Because then you start to pay attention to things. How am I operating? Am I operating in love? Or am I responding to external stimuli that I cannot control? Deep breath in. Exhale. Spiritual food, spiritual nourishment. What's on the menu? Point of at our action. We're at the point of your action right now. Community is important right now, so that people can help you when your children come into this world, that people can marry you, people can bury you, people can fight for those children as they're struggling through school in the things that they are struggling through, so that they can be stronger, so that they can see your child walk across a court and people cheer, so they can see your beings and the accomplishments that you have. When you accomplish these things, that there will be people who are there pouring into you, saying you do well. This is the foundation of spiritual nourishment, which is best served in community. If I had my drawing tool available, which the universe obviously doesn't want me to have available, I would make a list. So I'm going to invite you to make a list. On the column, and if you're in the Infinite Live Stream, for the sake of the people who hadn't gotten used to sharing, I almost used a Catholic term, Lindsley, so I almost said confessional. Confession is good for the soul. So if you feel a little bit led to, I want you to answer two kind of questions when it comes to spiritual growth and development. I just can't seem to fill in ... ellipsis. I just can't seem to. Infinite Life Streamers, if you're in the chat, you're an Infinite Life Streamer. Doesn't matter who you are, type that in. I just can't seem to fill in the blank. Next one is, I know I need to. I just can't seem to. I know I need to. How many of you all know and have had that experience? I have. I've had that experience where I've used those sentences to justify not moving on something that I knew I was supposed to move on. Brother, why haven't you completed that script for? Yeah, man, I know I need to. I just can't seem to get the right quiet place. I just can't seem to get focused. I'm waiting on, the right time. And, I really want to, I just can't seem to. Why have you not enrolled in that course that you wanted to? Why have you not expanded that business the way you want to? Well, I know I need to. All the signs have told me that it's my time, but I just can't seem to fill in the blank. They are spiritual excuses. And time is going to fly by on your purpose and your dreams. Let nothing stop you. Again, these birds are not waiting on that. So if you find yourself in a cycle of, I just can't seem to, I know I need to, I just can't seem to stay consistent with my physical practice, I just can't seem to tune in to the service on Sundays, I just can't seem to, I know I need to get on that yoga mat for Sunday instead of skipping it and going to brunch, because I feel bad after I ate brunch, because now I done sat up and didn't do any activity and I used to do yoga. I just can't seem to participate all the time. I just can't seem to, I know I need to get my heart around giving. And there's a million excuses. And then ironically, when you become trapped in the loop of I just can't seem to / I know I need to, have you noticed that the universe is saying the exact same thing back to you? I know I need to ease all of your fears. I know I need to bless you in the ways that you've been talking about you want to be blessed. But I just can't seem to, because you're not in the right frequency vibration. Can you imagine that all you need is stored up somewhere? And when you're trying in your mind to rationalize why you can't get it, if you say you are given access and you get, I know I need to look out for you, but I just can't seem to do that right now. And that in itself is a misaligned, false dichotomy, because the universe is saying to you, I got all of this for you. All you need to is do the things that you keep telling yourself you can't seem to do. Do the things you know you need to do. Shift. You say, well, Rev, I built my momentum up. I just seem to be going in the wrong direction. Well, guess what? There's a course correction. Just like with a railroad train, they send a signal ahead and they say, we're going on to the northeast track. They send the symbol, the train hits the track changer, and the change of the track happens. It shifts and you begin to go in a different direction. You don't lose your momentum. You just make a shift. Rev, I know I need to stop having a bad attitude toward people. Okay, good. Slap the train rail slick, whatever it's called, to my engineers out there. Make the shift. Change the track. I know I need to approach the world in the way the birds do, knowing that everything is there, knowing that every time I get to do work, it is something that I joyfully get to do because I am equipped to do so, and it is making me stronger. Good, make the shift. Get on the new track. That's what today is about. That's what this moment is about. Stop. Last thing, and then I'm going to take a couple questions. And of course, I'll bring in the people who are in the room. If they got a comment or a question, I'm going to do that too. And the good thing I got smooches with our mover. I'm going to get some feedback, and in a minute, we'll be able to shift into the room. Excuse me, y'all. I know I need to cough. I just can't seem to let myself on camera. Ha ha, how about that? Listen, I'm going to tell on my family. We had a silverware problem at our house. Has anybody had a silverware problem in their house? Like you go to buy silverware or you find it on sale and you get, and listen, I'm a silverware guy. Like I lived most of my life, I had 4 forks, 4 spoons, 4 knives, or 8 in case I had company. That was it. It's cool. Didn't have a lot of extra pattern and all that. And that's cool. But, we decided, we're going to get some silverware, do that. And then we noticed that we keep losing silverware. And it's like, what is going on with the silverware? We ask the kids, do y'all have the silverware in your room? Is it under the bed? Did you accidentally throw it away? And of course they said they didn't. But kids would be kids. So they eventually, as they got older, Brother Tyrell, this confession may be coming in your house. They eventually realized that they did something that my brother used to do at home. He used to put a concoction in a bowl, eat half of it, leave the fork or the spoon in it, and then put it under the bed to eat later. And then later ends up being days, weeks, months. And so when you finally find the source of what that is, and you clean out and do a deep clean, you pull it out, and you see that there are caked up silverware with green and black stuff and all of that. And here's what happens. When you do a deep clean and you let the kids clean it, let me tell y'all, don't trust it. Don't trust it. Don't trust it. Because I found out what my kids were doing. When they did the deep clean and they found one of them crusty forks, one of them dusty butter knives, one of them old grits and cheese infested spoons, what did they do? They slipped and threw it away. They threw it away. And you can't blame them because their frontal lobes have not connected. They don't see the value in it. And the kids didn't purchase the spoon. And I'm not telling you to do something as cruel as purchasing one fork for each one of your children and saying, if you don't keep hold of it, you won't eat, because that's terrible. Very terrible. Diabolically genius, but terrible. But there would be value added to the fork. When you just have a drawer you keep going to and you don't even notice that it went from 8 to 7 to 6 to 5. Now there's 2 forks in the house. And that's when you realize, you call them all together and you say, what y'all been doing? Y'all been throwing these forks away? And they say, yeah, we've been throwing it away. Because an immature mind will toss away tools. An immature mind will toss away tools. Put that down, because that's important. An immature mind will toss away tools. Somebody say, stop tossing your tools. See, adults learn to clean through experiences. They know that even if you find something that is crusty and dusty and rusty, if you soak it in the right solution, if you give it a little time to sit there. My mama was the queen of this. My mom would see something raggy, like, mama, throw that away. She's like, no, baby, all I need is some Ivory soap. And you're like, Lord, mama. And then you go back around there, you see something brand new. You're like, what is that? That's that old chair. I sat around here and just worked on it with a little toothbrush. Sewed up the backside, put some more stuff in it. Like, my gosh. So stop tossing your tools, because adults see the value even though the tool might be crusty, rusty, and dusty. Let me ask you, do you not think that as a tool of the universe, of God, of your ancestors, that even if you feel crusty, rusty, and dusty, the universe don't still see your value? You don't think that God is looking at all of these beautiful tools to express itself through and saying, yeah, it might be in the darkness under the bed. It might be coated in some negativity from its past. It might be broken by self-doubt and childhood trauma they refuse to go through. But if they will just pull themselves out, they'll recognize that I, from a spirit of love, value them. And that's a mature way of seeing spirituality and yourself. A child's immature brain doesn't weigh the value long term. It only weighs the right now. So it's easy to throw a functional tool away like it's a broken toy. That's why it's important for you to learn the difference between a toy and a tool. You treat a toy like a tool, you're going to have accident and injury. You treat a tool like a toy, you're going to have accident and injury. So stop treating the tools that you have, meditation, prayer, fellowship, understanding, giving, exercise, all of these things, study, conversations, expansive growth and thinking. Stop treating them like they're toys. That is the immature mind. Allow your mind to expand in a way that makes you mature. Last thing is I'm here. Maturity teaches us to clean and maintain our tools. That's what maturity teaches us to do. How to clean and maintain our tools. And here's the rub too. Here's the extra couplet in that. Maturity teaches us to clean and maintain our tools, especially the ones that feed us. Just like the fork feeds you, your experiences around people who love you feed you. Sometimes you have a conflict, but can you talk through it with seeing the best in the person and not the worst? Can you operate from an abundance mentality in the way that you navigate relationships instead of a deficit mentality? Can you count toward the good instead of toward the bad? Because I guarantee you in the end, you will get what you focus on. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Amen and ashe. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Oh, we've got some people in here in the room. Do we have some people coming back in? We're going to see if we have a couple. If you have a question, comment, or observation, go ahead and put it in the chat, and we will get to you. First question I'm going to just give because I want to know if you have something. Yes, Tyrell says the universe sees you through your shortcomings. Thank y'all. Y'all are doing just a great job of keeping this energy in the chat as we get this message wrapped. But what questions do you have? What are the things that you've been working with or working for? Feel free to put that question in the chat. I can see it in the chat or say it in a different realm. Brother Tyrell's got his microphone over there. So does Sister Tashana, and they've been a part of service today. So I want to ask you, Brother Tyrell, and Smooch, you could send our mover over there when you're ready and switch. For both you and Tashana, what's your immediate energy that's coming through? What's your feeling of resonance in this space today? What's coming up for you?
Thank you for this download. Definitely appreciate it. I know I need to reconnect with my family that I recently found a connection to or with here in Tennessee. I've spoken about them a few times during different services. And so that saying or revelation of I know I need to reunite with the family has been on my spirit for a while. And recently we moved forward with doing a family reunion. And that's part of the reason we're here this weekend. But as family reunions go, and some people might have an understanding with this, the closer we got to the date, the more and more family members started to dropping off and having things to do and come up. And so this big event started to dwindling in size. And even some of the folks and family that I really wanted to be here, that's from my home in Arizona and things, wasn't able to make it. And so there was a lot of doubts and fears that started to swirling, and the I know I need tos, but we persisted and continued with what we had. And even driving up yesterday, we did our reunion and we're on the drive there, and I'm getting the bubbly feelings in my stomach and nervousness, and wondering what I'm gonna ask and what we gonna do if there's awkward silence because we don't really know each other and all of these things. The girls are like, how long we gonna be there? Because they're hedging their bets as well. And so we're pulling up to the street that my family is meeting on, and I'm literally, my palms are starting to sweat because it's like, all right, well, we here, and I don't have none of my normal vices or tools of, oh, well, I'm gonna talk to my dad for a while or my aunt for a while. I'm gonna talk to Shauna for a while. It's like I ain't gonna wear her ears down. And so we're pulling up, and all of these thoughts and feelings are coming up. And we turn down the street to go to their house, and I recognize the street name. And the street name felt familiar because a couple years back, Infinity had a atomic vision board. There's this process we go through at the beginning of the year to give ourselves intentional practices to focus on the new year. And in 2022, my vision board, I put this word on my vision board right dab in the middle of it because I wanted to really focus on this word. And the word was center. And so I remember that word being on there. It was this gold board. And there was a lot of ways that word had came back into my life throughout the year. But yesterday, as I turned down this street, it was Center Street. And my aunt, or great aunt, whose house we were meeting at, lives on Center and Lafayette Street. And the main house that my great grandfather built and lived in and had 7 of his kids in that home is also on Center Street. And so all of those things came back to me in that moment, and the relief of what I'm going to do, can I do this, how are we going to fight, all of that melted away. And I was reminded, much like what you were saying with the birds, that I'm good, that everything I need is right here, that everything that we're supposed to have and learn is right here. And not only did we have an amazing event with the people that were there, because everybody that was supposed to be there was there. But when I asked them about my great grandparents, in particular, my great grandfather, Robert Lindsley, Ashe.
Ashe.
I asked them, how was he as a person? And they gave me a bunch of stories about some of the harsh or harder things that he did and some of the tougher lessons that they all learned. But there was a consistent word that was used throughout every single story. And they said he was a hard worker. He knew how to work. He got up in the morning and worked at the DuPont gunpowder plant that was really what built Old Hickory. Mm-hmm. He worked there for 8 hours. Then he'd get off of work and come home and work his garden. And after he'd get his garden done, he would work down by the school, collecting all of their scrapped foods to bring them down to the hogs. And he would have the grandkids, who are now elders, telling me these stories. He had them work on getting the food to all of the hogs. And they told me this story about my grandfather, who I actually knew. He transitioned when I was 5, but they said, man, your grandfather came down here one summer and he said, man, Grandpa don't like me. He keep having me work. He keep having us work on stuff. Why we got to work all the time? And my uncle told him, man, that's just how we do. But if you do everything Grandpa says, trust me, you ain't going to never have to worry about food. You ain't going to never have to worry about a place to live and stay. You ain't going to never have to worry about having everything you need. And that stuck with me as someone who always works, always sees myself working and doing things, and I know that I am connected to that ability now from a generational perspective. So there are so many things that came through from engaging with that energy of I know I need to, and pushing through and following through with the awkwardness that might come from lack, from misunderstanding, from not appreciating that whatever is supposed to happen is going to happen, and trusting, just like the bird, that that worm will be there. Even if I can't see it,
That's
even
right.
if I don't know exactly where it is.
That's right.
I don't got to go for the scraps and the easy meals that are being thrown to me. I can trust that the meal that I need, the nourishment that I need, will be in this space that I haven't been before. And I'm thankful for that energy, thankful for that love, thankful for the ancestors and all that they've laid before us. So thank you, Spirit.
Man, thank you, Spirit. I'm gonna, because I'm gonna get to Shauna to say something too, because I want to see if she's got something that came up in her spirit. Before that, though, we look at this. What you said is also a point of gratitude as well, right? At our action in this moment, at our attraction in this moment, I reflect on my own grandfather, who it was same thing with the generation before me. I got to know him before, but by the time I got to know him, he was pretty much, you go down there, he's working around in the garden, that's it. But he didn't have the mules walking around with the grandkids, teaching the mules how to walk in a circle and churn the machine to heat the cane syrup and to cut the sugar cane and to bring that in to make all of that, to feed the hogs and all that. So my older cousins, excuse me, who are now in their 70s, 80s, they talk about that. They were down there doing that work. And so two things. I say, number one, I'm grateful. But then as an adult, I'm like, I wish I could have tasted some of my granddaddy's cane syrup. Because when they talk in reflection, they were like, yeah, we thought it was bad, but boy, that cane syrup on some hot cakes that Big Mama would make, and they started talking about all this in that wood stove, and you get that smoky flavor in the biscuits, and I was just like, But like you said, now they worked, but my granddaddy built that house at a cinder block by himself. They got water from the well, had an outhouse, but nobody was telling him what to do. He wasn't stressing about somebody coming and walking on his property and taking anything. He wasn't stressing about life. That's how they lived to be so long. We're stressing about things that are unnecessary and doing 1/10 of the physical work that our ancestors did.
Yes.
Most of us.
Yes.
People like, that's nice, but I ain't gonna work like that. Exactly right. And you're not gonna eat like that either. And you're not gonna grow like that. And you probably won't grow old like that either.
Yes.
Because you see, work is not something I get to do, as Sister Alicia used to point out years ago, but it's something I got to do. What if it's something that you do get to do? Good God, this is heavy, but good God, thank you. My limbs are working. This is how we turn it into gratitude, and we approach that in that way. The other thing that you said that I wanted to point out before I get something from Shauna, and I got some comments in the chat that I want to get to and highlight. The birds ain't eating what I feed them. Why? Because the birds have been around here millions of years. They know what's good for them. They ain't eating what you feed them. And when they do finally feel like they're lazy enough to just take what you give them, it causes harm. My daddy used to go, we also used to go to Centennial Park. Y'all remember them, at the old school Nashville, they used to have ducks in Centennial Park. And one day a bunch of people were throwing, they would take the breadcrumbs, go to McDonald's and get some old stale bread and throw it out, and the ducks would eat the bread, and it was beautiful, you know. My oldest daughter went to that. Sometimes they'd throw out little chunks of bread and doing all that. One day I was standing out there hearing the conversation, and it was two guys standing there talking, and somebody said, man, there's a lot of ducks here. And they said, what's the duck's natural predator? And the guy looked at him, he said, bread. Because the birds eat this, it tastes good to them, but it expands their stomach. So it's not good for them. They've trained themselves. Think about us. As you are moving through the world, looking at this, be careful of what is fed to you. What's fed to you that seems easily accessible, and we're back. Thank you. We love it. You get new cameras, you get new technology, and you
Yeah.
get new lessons. I am here for it. Shauna, sister, what is your reaction? What's coming up in your spirit? And then I got a couple of questions to take from the chat that I'm pleased to take.
Thank you, Rev Jeff. Kind of to expound on your point, you we are always in alignment because you kind of spoke to what was spirit as well. I was thinking about basically what you said about the bread. You know, we we go buy bread. We want to feed it to the birds. You know, we're trying to be helpful. We think we're being helpful, supportive, and like you said, the birds don't want it, and it's not good for them. And a lot of times we'll take that as like, oh, well, you know, I guess I just don't need to go buy bread anymore and give it to and try to go feed the birds, or I won't, you know, get this thing to go try to feed to the animals because they don't want it. They don't need it. The birds are not eating my Cheerios, like you said earlier. But sometimes it's not that you don't need to go buy the bread and give it away, but you're giving it to the wrong person. You're giving it to the wrong thing. You're giving it to the wrong space. And so our sometimes our gifts and what we're here to do and who we're here to be around and provide that for, we give it to the wrong people. And then we're mad or we're upset that they're not receiving it, or they don't want it, or they can't have it, or it's not working out. So maybe it's me. Maybe I need to stop giving. Maybe I need to just stop buying bread. No, buy the bread, but that person down the street who's hungry, they can eat it.
That's right.
They can eat the bread. So it's more of not letting what you're here to do and how you're here to help and how you're here to give. We focus on giving it to the wrong people. And then when they don't receive it, we think that just means I'm not supposed to do it anymore at all for anyone.
Oh, that's good.
You know, and it's like no, you still need to show up. You still need to give. You still need to provide whatever you're here to provide. Don't think it's you. You just have to find the space and the people and the environments that are able to receive, that are open and willing to be nurtured by you. Because I dealt with that sometimes, like, okay, well, they just don't want my help, and I can't believe they just don't want to see things how I see things. I'm just here to help them, and I've learned these lessons, and why can't you understand and see that I'm just here to support you? That ain't for them. That's not their journey. They're not there for that reason. And by me trying to insert what I think is best for them, I'm actually hurting them and harming them.
That's right.
So it's more so about focusing on the ones that do want to receive that, the ones that are in alignment with you, and you'll know that and you'll feel that. And it doesn't mean stop being who you are. It doesn't mean that you need to change anything about you. It's just you have to find the right places and spaces that are able to receive and be in alignment with where you are on your journey.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I think we could put it all together in a sentence. Give where the giving's good. Give where the giving's good. When it comes down to it, if you give where the giving is good, what defines good? It means where there is reciprocity. Because especially those of us who are adults who have reached a point, and it's probably young people too, but you ever have been in a relationship where you gave and you were always pleasant and you were always doing everything and somebody took advantage of you? And so you got heartbroken and then you left that relationship, and then the right person comes along for you, who the universe sends you, and they start doing some things that are good, but because you've been so traumatized by previous relationships, you don't give that person the same benefit of the doubt. The minute they say something similar, I've been through that before, I ain't never doing that again. It's like, what did I do? And so you miss opportunities because you are still trapped in the prison of yesterday, holding on to traumatic expenses. So when you don't go through whatever it takes, therapy, healing, self-examination, looking at biology, looking at nature, whatever it is, then you end up self-sabotaging the universe. For that peak moment, you said, I'm changing everything. And then in that shift, that subtle shift of vibrational frequency toward the good, in that little narrow window, sent somebody in through Starbucks behind you in the line. And there was a connection made. And everything seemed really, really good. And you were enjoying it because during the early stage, all of your estrogen and your testosterone, everything that's matching up, all of your dopamine, everything is what is supposed to happen in attraction. It's going. So then, though, when that wears off, what remains? The alignment, if you're aligned. But then if there's a bit of a struggle, you revert back to the trauma response and then mess up a relationship that could have been the best thing that happened to you. Plenty of stories. Plenty of stories on this. So you give where the giving's good. And you also recognize, Deshaun, if I can continue the metaphor for those of you who are here, that you can have some old stale bread. You got some stale, moldy, nasty bread. And you can say, this ain't no good for anybody. But there's a hungry man on the street who will eat it. If he's homeless, he doesn't have anything to eat. Hungry man will eat some stale bread. And we could say to ourselves, listen, I don't eat stale bread. If it's got crispiness on the edges, I don't do it. But I take that stale bread down to the homeless shelter. And those people are just so grateful to have that stale bread that they'll eat it. So I'm not going to eat it. But I will dump it off on somebody who is operating in a place of depravity or lack, because if this is the only thing they got, they will be grateful for it. We walk away feeling good because I gave somebody something I didn't want. I poured somebody a drink I'm not drinking from and took pride in it, never thinking about the reasons why I gave it away. I gave it away because old bread will make you sick. Must and mold will cause you biological harm. And it's not fit for me, but I think it's fit for somebody else. I give it to them and it makes them sick. Did you really do good? even though you think we have a good intent. So the question is, never put yourself in a position of neediness, because when you are operating out of a positionality of neediness, you'll eat whatever comes on the table. You deal with whoever walks through the door. You put yourself in a situation where you are broken down because you're in a position of need. You say, well, at least I got this. Let me try to be grateful for something that is poisoning my spirit. We can move beyond that. Give where the giving is good. Okay, I'm going to go to the chat in, I'm going to go to YouTube. That's where I am. So I'm going to go to comment on Iris. This week in my bird watching, I summarized the nature of birds is one of aggressiveness, like many small living beings. I compared their brain capacity to humans. I appreciate this, Rev Jeff, for the clarity. Yeah, because in the end, birds are just going to be birds. They're operating out of nature. They're in sync with nature. They know when they need to protect themselves. You feed a bird when it's young too much and it can't get off on the ground. It can't get off the ground. You think you have coddled this bird and made it strong, but it doesn't have the lift. It hasn't learned. You fed it and feel good feeding it, but you've also crippled it. So now your neighbor's cat from across the street has some food. Thank you for contributing to the circle of life. This is how nature goes. Prepare yourself. Move yourself forward as a result of it. I love it. Comments. I've got another one from Mandy's comments are flying in. I love it. There was something that Sierra had.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to find it on my screen.
I got it right here.
Read Sierra's question for me.
Sierra asks, how can you shift your mindset to live like the birds? How can you shift your mindset to live like the birds?
How can you shift your mindset to live like the birds? Observe and document. Observe and document. Observe, document. Watch, write. Watch, write. Observation, meditation. Revelation, back to observation. It's a continual loop. I'm going to need everybody under the sound of my voice to lose the fear of writing. In our Arts Academy, we teach young people how to write in cursive because cursive got taken out of many school systems. Why? Because when you can keep people from activating their right brain and left brain and the synchronicity that it takes for them to learn how to write on physical paper, you prepare them to be device-minded people who are used to scrolling and tapping and zip texting. What that does is it prevents them from being able to think concretely and coherently as they get older. If you don't think, you are led even more by external forces, and you become part of the prison pipeline. You are prepared to let anybody else think for you. Writers, artists, that is an art that is coming back amongst those who are ushering in this new age of expansive spirituality. Write physically. Never be afraid. Lorraine Hansberry, character Assegai, Raisin in the Sun. Sit a while and think. Never be afraid to sit a while and think. We have been taught that we can't sit still without something to distract us. We got to have something to distract us to wake us up. We got to have something to distract us to put us to sleep. We got to have something to distract us to be in the car. We got to have something to distract us. I'm so grateful. I can tie a line. Honestly, I can tie a line, a graph to the last couple of years since I got a car with a broken radio. And the spiritual message that come to me while I'm driving in the car. And I decided not to use my earphones. I didn't realize myself. I was like driving along. I was like, click on NPR, get smart. But then I was like, I don't have NPR. Change the fuse, trace the wires. Like, I don't have it. I was like, you know what? This is for a reason. And now that I think I know what the problem is, it doesn't matter anymore because I've gotten used to being in the meditative space of paying attention. And now even when I'm driving in traffic and traffic is crazy, I can pull back and see it as a divine ballet and everybody's just working together and I'm a part of it. And we're in an infinite stream, so to speak, in the moment. But I'm not angry because I got something bumping in the sound system and then I'm distracted and then I hear something. I'm like, I'm going. No. Never be afraid to observe and to record because you're going to have your own meditations this week when you do this. Leave a phone in the house, go stand outside. Go sit at the window if you don't like bugs. Watch and see what happens outside. Yesterday, I took my shoes off. I went, Tyrell, and touched a tree. And I just had my shoes off. I touched the tree. And I felt so good. The birds were in the tree, and I just closed my eyes. And when I opened my eyes, I see that there was a whole little family of ants moving back and forth in the tree. I'm thinking about the tree, not realize that microcosmically life is going on. There are millions of things happening all of the time, and none of creation is worried about what happens next. That's how we move into that alignment space. Read me my question from Sister Jacqueline. Rev Jeff, can you speak to the power of biomimicry? My epistemological background prevents me from taking a pedagogical approach to answering questions that are beyond my area of expertise and research. But since you brought it up, benefiting from human life and systems mimicking nature. Your bird analogy is this, but nature is big. How do we know what aspect of nature to follow? Can I just say I love y'all, everybody? Can I say I love this place? I'm grateful that the universe made it what it is, beyond just me, that we can ask questions and be sure. What people don't know, biomimicry in general, in general is the ability to observe nature, and then that's biology, and then to mimic what you see in a powerful way. Quickest example I can give you is the pyramids of Egypt. Right. The pyramids of Egypt were not just structures to themselves. So if you go to Kemet or you go to Egypt and you study in Cairo and then you go down to Aswan, one place that you will visit is the Valley of the Kings. It is where the tombs are. When you go to the Valley of the Kings and you see that everything has been carved there, the Valley of the Kings, one of the things that you observe is that above the Valley of Kings are mountains. Mountains form a natural pyramid. They are strong at the base. They get narrow as they go to the top. So through observing this in later generations, they said we should build pyramids and buildings so that they will have the same structure and longevity as the mountains that we observe in nature. That's where the original mastaba was built. And then the step pyramid of Saqqara with layers that got steps that got smaller because they realized that the more we stack like the mountains, the stronger the structure is. And that's why architecturally the pyramid is the strongest structure in the world because it mimics the stability of the mountain. If you need another observation from biomimicry, I would suggest thinking about the burdock plant and what we call birds. If you ever been in the country and you walk through a field and you come back in and your socks got stuff stuck on them and your clothes got them little things on them with the little sticky things and you like pulling them off. And my granddad had so many of them burdocks down there that you come in and it's just all over everything. And you just had to snatch them off and pull them off. The burdock is important because through biomimicry, it gave way to the creation of something that is a part of the world on a foundational level, from space travel to baby clothes. Burdock gave us Velcro. Somebody observed this and said, how can I mimic what this plant is doing? So if we're talking about this, how do we know what aspect of nature to follow? Choose and experiment, Jacqueline, what aspect of nature to follow. And then you choose what affirms and confirms alignment. Because you see roles being played out in nature, whether you're watching lions or documentaries. You see it whether you're standing over a stream watching the fish and how they move together in sync. You see it with the geese flying over. You'll note that one geese is leading and then they switch, but they can't stay in the same pattern and they stay together so that they change off and they trade off leading at the top. Isn't it nice when you're trying to lead and you're trying to lead a geese and you're trying to lead a crew of people when you can exchange things out so that nobody gets too tired? Leadership lesson. Never put any limitation on the lessons that you can learn through observing nature, because it makes us stronger when we are working in sync as opposed to trying to conquer it. I hope that answered it kind of clearly. And if not, we can write about it and think about it and stay in sync about it. I love it too. All right, we've got anything that I'm missing in here? I will see some great comments. Okay, good. We'll just put up some comments in there and make sure that you're good. I don't want to miss anybody's comment if it's a good comment too, or every comment is good. Sister Mfundo is in there. Not everything is meant for us, and some things are only meant for certain seasons or for a reason. Not everything is, that's Brother Terrence. Not everything is meant for us. Some things are only meant for certain seasons or for a season. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's wise for us to pay attention to those things. I love Acts of Faith, Iyanla Vanzant. That's when she popularized the term. People are in your life for a reason, for a season, or for a lifetime. And sometimes they're in your lifetime for reasons and seasons. There are people I've done work with who eventually became good friends. There are people who were good friends who I did work with, and it just didn't, it'll never happen again. But they're friendly as long as we don't do any work together. It was a season, and there was a reason. I learned a lesson. So when we make ourselves spiritually aware, we open ourselves to say, how do we observe this? And especially embrace the unexplainable. We do not want to become spiritually or religiously lazy, because then we go against nature. Great is thy faithfulness. Summer and winter, springtime and harvest, sun, moon, and stars in their portion above, join with all nations in manifold witness of thy great faithfulness, mercies, and love. In other words, everything, the star, everything is joining within nature a manifold witness. There's a cycle to everything. And when we keep that curiosity, we lose the need to be sure. We also lose the need to make other people sure. That's something that I got, when I came out of the church days where they were like, your job is to make sure other people don't go to hell. And I watched people get old and bitter and twisted and sad, missed out and messed up their relationships, missed out and messed up their family, missed out and messed up opportunities they had because they were laser focused on controlling somebody else's behavior for their own edification. That doesn't make any sense. Not logically. If you are born into this body, if you are put in this world for a purpose and reason, you can't live in this purpose and reason if your entire time here, however brief it is, and let me tell you it's brief, you can't live that time trying to get other people to do things that you can't control. It will run you nuts. Whoever it is that needs to hear that. Embrace the moment of saying, I am joyful. I am living in divine purpose. And when you do that, you become a light. And when you become a light, sorry for going back to my biblical days, let your light so shine that men will see the great works and give praise to God in heaven. When your light is shining, people, hey, tell me how you get where you are. What you drinking on? What you exercising on? I like that. Because the people who were trying to save my soul, I didn't want to be anything like them. They were unhealthy. They were mean. They were phobic about everybody. They were all worried about everything happening. And I was like, man, if that's what you eating on, I appreciate it. I'm going to the next food truck. I need where everything is. And what's also important, though, for us to know that spiritual growth and development as I wrap, y'all, because we want to get to we got some great people to salute before we get out of here today. And we appreciate y'all being with us. I put Lady Kenitha on alert. We got some standing ovations. If you got a standing ovation, let me go ahead and put the link in the chat. I want to give you a couple of minutes to get in your standing ovation as we celebrate to close out service. But I do want to say that in this spiritual journey, it may be solitary on some levels. You know, I go to places got food trucks. I see people in line for one food truck, and it may be delicious food. It just may be unhealthy for me because I'm going to eat a certain way to make me better or worse. But I see a lot of people with the same kind of look. And sometimes when you talk about the gym, one of my trainers early days when I started first working out seriously, I was like, well, how do you pick the right machine, man, when y'all aren't here? How do I pick the right machine when I come in? And he looked, he said, come here. And he showed me the machine. He said, look at the machines. I was like, yeah. He said, look at the people on the machines. I was like, okay. He said, pick the machine that has the people who you want to look like on them. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. I was like, because it's getting some good results from them. That's what I learned. So, but the vast majority of people may be in line at one truck because they got used to eating stale bread. That's just something that happens. So the numbers don't mean anything. What means something is, how are you transforming your life and seeing fruit in your life? And can you be in a place where you're going to grow and expand, both internally and externally, tangentially through community? Birds don't beg. You don't have to either. Just allow. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Ashe. Oh. Take a deep breath with me and exhale. I want to seal this with a brief pouring of energy into realignment for manifestation. Divine Source, thank you for this wondrous energy that we have experienced today in fellowship. Thank you for the celebration that we get to have in joining with nature in manifold witness. Thank you for the greatness that you have given to us to be problem solvers, to be deep thinkers, to be beings of expansive love and energy. Thank you for the gift of loving us without judgment, without preference. Thank you that we have this gift in our heart too, to accept people, to affirm people, to grow people, to know that even the work that we do that work joyfully. That every single morning we wake up, we go through our tasks that are not just tasks, they are to-dos. That we move in a spirit of get it done as we manifest more, as we read more, as we grow more, as we learn more, as we live more, as we love more. Thank you. In this moment that this portal is open, it is always open. You are always accessible to us. That part of you that is within us, we give thanks that you are a present God, a present divine source, a present creator, not distant. We have this wonderful access to you, so remind someone today that they are covered in love. Remind someone today of the gift of moving forth as shining lights, attracting like energy. We speak healing. We speak growth. We speak the need and the understanding that we no longer have to beg, that we simply allow. We speak this energy as an oasis in a sea that may sometimes feel like we're drowning in. Let someone make their way to the land and open their hearts with us. We seal these things in the names, in the likenesses, in the energies that you have so beautifully put into the world that we might get to know one another better. And so it is. Amen and Ashe. All right, so it is. Y'all, we have a good Sunday today. If Teaches, and we didn't even do a 3-hour tour. If Teachers can get deep sometimes, which is good. I like services that bring that energy because we're not watching the clock on spirit. And it's interesting, sometimes we'll do a binge watch of a TV show and spend 8 hours on a couch watching a drama unfold. And then you on Sunday you were like 2 hours, 3 hours. Man, the University God of Your Acceptance and Understanding is one of the greatest reality shows. If for nothing else, it's reality. So binge watch today. Binge watch with God, as you say. We got Sister Lacia Reynolds, who's been on with us. She's going to be bringing us our morning announcements, y'all. I'm giving you your early warning. Send your standing ovations in so we can celebrate with you because we're going to salute our graduates. Graduates, are you there? It's time for us to shout you out. Let's get it going. And in the chat, I want you to just light up when we get to that part. Here's some things that are coming up for Infinity. We want to let you know. Take some notes. Write it down. Make it plain.
Hi, friends. This is Alacia. I'm excited to bring you some highlight announcements this afternoon. And here is your final notice on standing ovations. Get your form in if you would like to be recognized for your accomplishment today to close out service. All right, here we go. Welcome to May, the 5th month of the year of momentum. We are rolling forward, full steam ahead in this year of moving forward with the infinite power of growth and expansion. When we walk in momentum, we experience new growth and new manifestations. So it is no surprise that our daily mantra for this year shares the hook of a classic Motown song, Get Ready, 'Cause Here I Come. Say it with me. Get ready, 'cause here I come. Now breathe in, breathe out, and feel it deeply. Here's your reminder that we do meet in person every first Sunday and virtually every Sunday of the month with special activities in between. We had an amazing emergence month in April, and May and June will give us plenty of opportunities to get together between Sundays. Next week is Yoga Sunday. Yay! We continue to frame out 2026 with building and maintaining the momentum of our bodies in alignment with our spirits and our minds. So pull out your mats next week and join us for a Yoga Sunday that will lift and inspire you to get in touch with your body. We'll be joined online by people from all over the world, so make no excuses. Choose your spot to practice in the comfort of your own home, and yoga is for all levels, even beginners like me sometimes. That's next week, the world's only yoga church service. Hashtag Yoga Sunday. Is this the day you begin your infinite journey? If you look around you and online, you have noticed that we are experiencing a beautiful era of growth and expansion at Infinity. You may be in attendance today. You might have filled out a visitor's form, or you very well might be feeling called to embrace the next level of community at the Infinity Fellowship. Our next orientation is for you. Enrollment is now officially open for our Spring 2026 New Members Orientation and Ancient Wisdom class. So pause and scan the QR code that's now on your screen, or click the link in the chat right now to reserve your spot. Class will take place on 3 consecutive Wednesdays at 7 p.m. beginning on this Wednesday, May 20th. Once you register, go ahead and purchase your copy of the 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity by Edwin Gaines, as it will be one of the main texts to be discussed. We can't wait to support you on the next leg of your spiritual journey. Are you 20-something and looking for intense ancient wisdom? In the world we're living in, our young people are on the front lines of change. This requires love, support, and a nurturing environment that equips them for life in a powerful way. Young adults, or YAs, here at Infinity continue their journey into ancient wisdom for modern living. Third Thursdays for 20-somethings is all about sharing life skills and strengthening vision. The gathering is open to all young adults in their 20s, whether you are a member or not. And the focus for May will be the roots of yoga. If you are interested in attending this free gathering, send an email to infinitynashville@gmail.com and we will send you a reminder. Can you use some love and light in your life? Well, we would love to gift you with an abundance of it. Our official midweek membership gathering happens in our Infinity Band app. We are amping up the power of spiritual support and practice on Wednesdays with Love and Light Redux. This is how we learn how to apply what we learn on Sundays to everyday living. I invite you to turn on your band app notifications and join the call in the band app this Wednesday. Each week is a brand new start, so even if you haven't attended in a while, you will be right in sync. So set your calendar alerts to be on the call this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hosted by our very own brother Tyrell and sister Tashana Lindsley. I love Love and Light. All right, now let's bring back up Rev Jeff and Lady Kanitha Carr because it's time for standing ovations. Meow, meow, meow.
Tune your vibration to a high elevation. It's time for the good news, our standing ovation. Yes.
Taught her everything. I taught her all her dance
right.
moves.
Thank
That was
you.
fire.
Our high energy at IF comes from our practice of snap. It's why we snap our fingers during this part of the service. We receive practical lessons and tools for our individual journeys. That's spirituality. We fellowship with like-minded spirits every week. That's nurturing. We take what we learn and apply it in our lives. That is applied in our lives. That's action. And if we do these, then every week we see examples of that progress in our lives, and that is the proof. So let us pause to enjoy a collective moment of manifestation and expansion. So here's what happens. When your name is called, please stand as I read aloud our manifestation, your manifestation. And when I finish each person's ovations, we will all snap our fingers to celebrate and affirm them, and then provide a collective standing ovation at the end.
Yes, 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 yes. So our standing ovations now will shift to the energy of graduation. We want to celebrate. We've got some graduates to celebrate this year at Infinity Fellowship and high achievers that we want to graduate, or at least affirm the graduations. We're all over the place in every way to celebrate, but we are here to say today is the day that you have achieved. This is the day that you have decided, that you've made up in your mind, that you are commencing to the next level. So we've got a lot of people who have commenced to the next level. So we're going to go through and celebrate those high achievers that are in the community. Number one, to one of our young men who has been with us for a while, who has been here for us, been here with us since he was a little bitty baby. We're very proud of him. Brother Demetrius Lavelle Knowles II, graduate of Imani Montessori, will be attending Clark Atlanta University on a full ride scholarship in the fall. Awesome. Next up we have Sister Talia Lindsley, Parkwood Elementary School, graduated 5th grade, headed to middle school. She's a star. She's joining the band and the art club. Y'all give it up for Sister Talia Lindsley. Next we have two high achievers in the Nesbitt family, Joanna Nesbitt, and of course we have Anton Grand Nesbitt. Warner Arts Elementary, 5th grade promotions, become a student ambassador, theater and dance performer, and Beta Club member. And of course, young Grand, Warner Arts, also 2nd grade promotion, recognized for his music achievements by the arts department and being a quiet achiever. Y'all see him on there, both of them on there, shining, excuse me, to the awesome Nesbitt family. Next, we have one that started as a baby, and we just can't believe how amazing she's grown up. Young Lauren Newman graduated from Syracuse University.
I know.
She has a degree, a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science with a minor in English and Textual Studies. The future plans are she plans to take the LSAT in September and apply to law schools at Vanderbilt, Syracuse, the University of North Carolina, and Boston University. We got us a lawyer coming up, y'all. Next, we have someone you see every single day. You didn't realize the genius that we are among. Young sister Kavea Stevens. Not only is she a graduate of Maplewood High School,
Yes.
she got her high school diploma. She is headed to the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. She will be majoring in business administration. And if you look to the left, you see that banner. It is not a typo. She is the valedictorian of the class of 2026. Go, Kavea. Light it up in the chat. And of course, finally, we have one who we've known since she was a baby. Sister Malkosha Leisha Carr Waters. Graduating from Laverne High School with not only a degree as a diploma holder, but also her hair certification and braiding from the Tennessee State Board of Cosmetology. Her future plans include a Tennessee Promise Scholarship, attending community college in healthcare, then transferring to a 4-year program to finish her Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Y'all, those are our graduates this year, and we are so excited. One of the things that we will continue to move through as we go to our standing ovation slide is this celebration of all the good that is coming into everybody's lives. Keep being a great scholar. Keep that energy going. And we're going to now check our standing ovations form. Number 1, we have Sister Jacqueline Cole. It's online with us. By working diligently and seeking help, I passed my Swahili language exam.
What?
These people taking languages around here at Infinity. After 9 months of study, I now speak Swahili at a professional level, despite and through embracing my learning anomalies. I arrived here by being true to myself, my heart's reason for learning African languages, and working with how my body and mind works uniquely. Come on, man. I love it. Come on, Jacqueline. Brother Tyrell is standing up in this space. My family and I are here to reunite with the Lindsley family, who have not been all together in 50 plus years. Since the transition of my great-grandfather, bridging an important gap from the past, the right now, the future of our family. Thankful to align the back, forth and forth. Love it. It is aligned. Reunited, and it feels so good. Reunited is good. I can't do that today. Not today,
All right.
but maybe tomorrow. All right, so what do we do, Mama?
Wait, I got another standing ovation.
I'll
So,
take it.
and we will have a slide up of our baby. But Miss Kamaria Carr, who is graduating from Meg's Magnet Middle and going to Martin Luther King, we will have a picture of her, but congratulations to the next step. Our youngest daughter going to as a freshman.
To high school.
And she is graduating with high grades and all that good stuff. We had a great formal that she was able to get dressed up for and do. But all the things that she's done across the board as being SGA president of the school, being able to be first chair of the orchestra, for her being a captain, one of the captains of the cheerleading, and then keeping her high grades and doing all that she does. Shout out to Smoochie, our very smooch Kamaria Carr, and her sisters for helping to get her hair and all this other stuff.
I have a cute video of that.
Get all of that together.
Okay, on the FaceTime. Kai's up there with the hair iron, and Smooch is there.
So yes,
accepting the love, as they say. No, move it a little to the left.
Congratulations, baby! Her graduation's this week.
Yes.
So.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Standing ovations. What do we do?
So if you shared, you're gonna have several seats, while the rest of us are gonna stand to our feet and give a thunderous standing ovation. Here we go.
I would flip that thing up in the air, but I don't know if I could catch it like people. And I say, not my calling area, not my ministry area, but still here, y'all. What a wonderful day. What a wonderful time, y'all. What a wonderful way to close out service. Listen, as we close out service today, in this moment, we send this energy and air, energy out into the universe as we begin to just play our song. We're going to play the music today and just let us meditate while we're playing the song. If today is a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. We remember yesterday, yet today's the day. Important line. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. Thank you for participating. Thank you for the energy. Thank you for this growth that we all are experiencing together. So the way that we do this is as we end service, you got some music time, you got some slides up. As you are moving into this space of going into your day, wherever your day is, even if it's night for those who watch tomorrow, we invite you to say something to somebody in the chat. Speak something good into their life. Speak some alignment, speak a blessing. Remind them that the birds don't beg, neither should you. Play big, play strong, be a family. We speak in this moment that the God of your acceptance and understanding, the power of the ancestors and the cosmos, rest, rule, rock, and abide with you henceforth, now, and forevermore. Till we meet again, we say, Amen, Amen, Hotel, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. On behalf of the entire team here at the Infinity Fellowship, this is Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr, also known as Rev Jeff. We love you. That's a fact. You cannot change. We'll see you same time next week on the yoga mat. Peace.